Chapter 11, Food, Mood and Attitude. This chapter was written by Eve Nguyen, who is an accredited naturopath. When your body is strong and healthy, you can cope better with stress. Being healthy also improves mental outlook, concentration and mood. These are the very things that will help you day after day. So, what can you do to physically feel better and support your mental function and mood? This chapter presents helpful information that will assist you in achieving this. Eat at the right times. So often I have consulted and worked with people who display certain symptoms when they are hungry. A director I worked with frequently stated at meetings, "Hurry up, I'm getting irritable," as lunchtimes were pushed further back to accommodate lengthy meetings. Many people may notice that they experience various symptoms if they haven't eaten for a while, such as feeling weak or lightheaded, headaches, dizziness, irritability, mental fog, feeling teary, and of course feeling hungry. Such symptoms have typically been described as having low blood sugar levels or hypoglycemia. Dr. Joel Fuhrman goes one step further in associating such symptoms with toxic hunger. This has to do with the way that food makes you feel after eating it, and the body's inability to go without food for a few hours. Dr. Fuhrman has developed an amazing and scientifically verified approach to eating that emphasizes nutrient-dense foods and helps to eliminate such symptoms when hungry. If you experience these symptoms when you get hungry, consider the following tips to get you started on the path to more balanced blood sugar levels. Eat a healthy and wholesome breakfast each day, made from whole foods. Avoid saturated fats, such as those found in bacon and eggs, for example. A better breakfast would be oatmeal or stewed buckwheat with fruit and plant milk. Eat morning tea. Have a piece of fruit handy or a small snack to keep you energized until lunchtime. Plan meals for the week, including snacks. Leftovers from dinner can make a great lunch the next day and can help you to avoid visits to a cafeteria or cafe that may tempt you with unhealthy food choices. Avoid eating candy and other sweets that give you quick bursts of energy but leave you feeling flat later. This also applies to soda or soft drinks, even those that are artificially sweetened, which present their own health problems, and it also applies to energy drinks. Be prepared for inconsistent work hours by keeping food at work for when you stay back late or work during lunchtime. Drink plenty of water each day, preferably filtered water. Consider reading Dr. Joel Fuhrman's book, Eat to Live, and incorporate some of his recipes for meals, treats, and snacks that will help to eliminate toxic hunger. More energy. So often I've heard the comment, "If only I had more energy." So here is an overlooked way for increasing your energy levels and health. Start consuming green smoothies or fresh juices. Fresh juices almost everyone has heard of. This is juice that is freshly squeezed or pressed. They are not heated like the juices found on supermarket shelves, so they retain many beneficial nutrients in a form that is highly absorbed by the body. Juicing has enjoyed a revival in popularity in recent years following the movie Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead by Joe Cross. Mr. Cross revolutionized his life and health after embracing fresh juices. You might not have heard about green smoothies yet. I have heard green smoothies referred to as blended salads, life juices, or youth elixirs. Essentially, they are a blend of green leafy vegetables with fruits and water or plant milk to make a delicious smoothie. The act of blending everything together helps to break down the cell walls of the fruits and vegetables so that the nutrients are in a highly absorbable form. By blending it all together, the fiber is also retained, which helps you to feel full and may help to maintain steady blood sugar levels. I once delivered a nutrition presentation, and one lady was very interested in green smoothies. She told me that she worked in a hospital and recently had to miss lunch due to work. She began to have an irregular heartbeat and felt faint and dizzy, which the nurses later attributed to hypoglycemia. She wanted to know if she could make green smoothies at home and take them to work for lunch. The answer was absolutely yes. Green smoothies make a great snack, morning or afternoon tea, and can also be enjoyed for lunch if you don't have time to eat a meal. The trick is to store the green smoothie in an airtight container and to keep it refrigerated. The natural fiber in green smoothies also helps to keep them fresh. Some people will be able to keep a blender at work and make smoothies there. If this is the case, you could start a green smoothie trend at work and get other staff involved. We often go out for drinks at the end of the working weeks or share candy, biscuits and chocolate with staff members, but how often do we share healthy food that tastes great and gives us more energy? If you don't like eating breakfast in the morning, then green smoothies can be a great alternative. You can add some nuts and seeds to keep you feeling full for longer. Ground chia seeds and flax seeds are a great addition that adds an abundance of calcium and healthy omega-3 fatty acids. And you can have more than one glass to really fill you up. When compared to fresh juices, green smoothies will keep you feeling full for longer than juices due to the fiber being present. Other benefits attributed to fresh juices and green smoothies include weight loss, increased energy, better mental clarity and focus, a decrease or elimination of food cravings, especially junk food, improved body odor, no more constipation, and a more positive mental outlook. Green smoothies can also be a great source of calcium and magnesium. Many green leafy vegetables contain calcium that is in a highly absorbable form, much more absorbable than the calcium in dairy milk. They are also a great source of folic acid and a range of phytochemicals. Phytochemicals are plant compounds that have many different benefits to the body. There are thousands of phytochemicals in fruits and vegetables. For example, the green leafy vegetables, kale and bok choy, contain glucosinolates, which are precursors to anti-cancer compounds, and blueberries contain anthocyanins, which may improve good cholesterol, lower bad cholesterol, and are good for eyesight. What's more, a recent study looked at the association between mental well-being and the amount of fruits and vegetables eaten each day. They found, quote, existence of a positive association between well-being and fruit and vegetable consumption, end quote. In other words, the more fruit and vegetables that the people ate, the higher levels of well-being they were found to have. Green smoothies are an easy and tasty way to include more fruit and vegetables in your diet. So why not try making a green smoothie? To make green smoothies, simply place the ingredients into a blender, blend until smooth, and serve. Note, high-speed blenders work best in creating a smooth consistency. As you drink more green smoothies, try adding more greens for increased nutrients. Please refer to the link below for some green smoothie recipes. Many juice bars also provide freshly squeezed or freshly pressed juices. This can be a convenient way to include juices in your diet. If making your own juices or smoothies, try to use organic produce wherever possible. Shopping at the farmers markets can be a way to buy produce that is not sprayed with chemicals and at a low price. In my experience, farmers markets produce is usually fresher and tastier than grocery store produce. It usually lasts for longer in the fridge too. Juicing is also a convenient way to use produce before it goes off in the fridge. And one final bit of information. Green smoothies and fresh juices can have a slight detoxification effect on the body. If you don't usually consume many fruits or vegetables, you may initially have to go to the bathroom a few times and with more urgency than usual. Specific better mood nutrients. These are specific nutrients that may help to promote a happier and more stable mood. These include vitamin D. While it is important for building strong bones, vitamin D can also be beneficial in mood regulation. Low vitamin D levels have been associated with depression and seasonal affective disorder, or SAD. SAD is a type of depression that occurs during the colder months of the year. Some people may not experience fully blown depression. For example, as winter rolls around, some people feel unmotivated, flat, a bit despondent, a bit down, and less energetic. The good news is that vitamin D may assist with overcoming these symptoms and may help you to achieve a more positive mood. There is a good chance that your vitamin D level may be low. In Australia, vitamin D deficiency has been estimated to affect nearly 1/3 of adults. And in the USA, 3/4 of the population are thought to be vitamin deficient. The only certain way to know if you are vitamin D deficient is to have a blood test. When buying a vitamin D3 supplement, it's best to purchase one that is made from algae or seaweed. These smell better and are environmentally sustainable. A lady once saw me for a consultation and complained that she had been prescribed vitamin D by her doctor, but that she couldn't take it because of the smell. So I opened up the bottle and smelled the capsules, and we agreed that it smelled like a barnyard. With the exception of algae-derived vitamin D3, supplements are synthetically made from sheep lanolin. But nobody has ever reported a bad odor from algae-derived vitamin D to me. Many people that I have consulted for have not wanted to take vitamin D3 from sheep lanolin because of other concerns, such as mulesing and the concern of sheep dip and other compounds that might find their way into lanolin-derived D3. So, opt for algae-derived vitamin D3 for an odorless, environmentally friendly, and toxin-free supplement. Various brands are available in different countries and online shops. The dosage that you take will be guided by your healthcare provider, and follow-up blood tests will be able to show if your vitamin D levels have been improving. Magnesium. Magnesium has been dubbed the most important mineral for stress. Magnesium is found in over 300 enzymes in the human body, including those that help to synthesize energy. People have reported that magnesium has helped them in various ways, including muscle relaxation, increased ability to cope with stress, better sleep at night, waking up feeling more refreshed in the morning, calming eye twitches, calming leg twitches and restless legs when going to sleep at night, and assisting with more stable blood sugar levels. For an easy way to remember which foods contain magnesium, think green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables contain chlorophyll, and it is this chlorophyll that contains magnesium. So, when Popeye ate his spinach, he was getting his supply of magnesium. Researchers have found some interesting information relating to magnesium deficiencies and supplementation, including magnesium deficiency has been found to create tetany syndrome. Symptoms include muscle spasms, cramps, hyperarousal, which is a state with increased mental and physical tension. Magnesium deficiency can bring about reduced pain tolerance, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue, hyperventilation, and general weakness or lack of strength. In type 2 diabetics, magnesium supplementation has been shown to reduce fasting glucose levels and to improve insulin sensitivity and metabolic control. Magnesium has been found to be helpful with premenstrual syndrome or PMS symptoms such as fluid retention. Premenstrual anxiety has also been found to improve with a combination of magnesium and vitamin B6 supplementation. Low magnesium levels have been linked to constipation. High blood pressure has been associated with low magnesium levels. In short, to reap the benefits of magnesium, it is important to include magnesium-rich foods in your diet. The great news is that a green smoothie will supply magnesium in a highly absorbable form. Other sources of magnesium include cocoa and cacao, which are great for making healthy chocolate smoothies and desserts, dark green leafy vegetables, nuts and seeds, especially pumpkin seeds or pepitas, brown rice, avocado, legumes, and whole grains. If you feel that you need supplementation, a health expert such as a naturopath or nutritionist will be able to guide you about the type and dosage that is best suited to you. And remember, you can also soak in Epsom salt baths, which are high in magnesium. Omega-3 fatty acids. There are two omega-3 fats that we hear a lot about. One is called EPA, which is short for eicosapentaenoic acid, and the other is DHA, which is short for docosahexaenoic acid. Research has found that these fatty acids are protective against heart disease, beneficial during breastfeeding for the development of the baby's brain, eyes, and central nervous system, beneficial for inflammatory disorders such as arthritis, and they are thought to improve children's brain function and concentration. DHA and EPA have also been shown to affect our mental outlook. Low DHA levels have been associated with depression, anxiety, hyperactivity, schizophrenia, dyslexia, and allergies, and EPA has been found to help with symptoms of depression. So we can see that it is important to get EPA and DHA in our diets. Our bodies can make these fatty acids from eating foods with omega-3 fats, such as walnuts, flaxseed or linseed, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, and tofu. How efficiently we convert the omega-3 to EPA and DHA depends on our diet overall. The more refined oils that we have in our diet, those vegetable oils, the less efficiently we convert these fatty acids into EPA and DHA. This is where it's helpful to follow a whole food plant-based diet which is low in oil. Many people mistakenly think that EPA and DHA can only be found in fish or krill, but EPA and DHA are found in seaweed, which is precisely where the fish obtain it. If you do take an EPA-DHA supplement, just be aware that they are extracted using vegetable oils. So if you are excluding oil from your diet for health reasons, it may be best to stick to whole foods high in omega-3 fats rather than use an EPA-DHA supplement. That being said, I've recently become aware of a brand that extracts the EPA and DHA using water instead of oil. So please do some research if this interests you to find what is best for you. You can always ask a manufacturer whether their supplement is extracted with oil or water. Please note that seafood should not be relied upon for EPA and DHA due to toxicity and other concerns. More and more manufacturers are providing algae-derived EPA-DHA. Algae does not contain the contaminants found in fish and seafood that affect our health, nervous system, and mental ability. It is ironic that some of the contaminants in seafood are actually detrimental to our mental ability, yet many people still believe that eating seafood will help their brain. So let's take a look at some of the contaminants found in fish and seafood and how these affect the brain. Mercury. Mercury is a heavy metal. All fish contain at least small amounts of methylmercury, which is the most toxic form of mercury. Contaminated fish is the major source of mercury exposure in humans. Methylmercury has negative health effects, especially on the nervous system and development. Some of these negative effects are as follows. One study found that the negative effects of mercury on children's IQ actually outweighed the beneficial effects of the DHA from the seafood. Children exposed to methylmercury in the womb have experienced negative impacts on memory, attention, cognitive thinking, fine motor skills, language, and visual spatial skills. Another study found that amongst mothers with high levels of mercury, their newborn's brain had smaller cerebellums than that of women with low mercury levels. The researchers concluded that in pregnant women, exposure to low levels of methylmercury influences brain development of the fetus. Researchers suggest that women should not eat polluted fish for a period of 1 year before falling pregnant, and also during the pregnancy, in order to give the body enough time to eliminate the mercury in their body. The average 9-year-old child would exceed the US Environmental Protection Agency's mercury limit if they ate canned tuna more than once every 43 days. Other health effects for adults, besides central nervous system damage, may include hearing loss, diminished vision, declined coordination, and paresthesia, which is characterized with abnormal sensations, often a tingling, pricking, or pins and needles sensation. Studies investigating canned tuna showed that the methylmercury level is getting worse. 55% of all tuna examined by the US Environmental Protection Agency was above the human consumption safety level. Polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs. PCBs are chemicals that were banned from use in the USA in 1979 due to concerns about their impacts on both human and environmental health. PCBs are found in fish. They build up in our bodies and can remain there for many decades, and they are passed on to infants through breast milk. Research in humans has linked PCBs to fibrosis, which is thickening of connective tissue, diabetes, cancer, reproductive health problems, including endometriosis. They are thought to play a role in reduced sperm count, premature puberty, and in altering normal levels of estrogens and testosterone. Disrupted immune system function. One study on Dutch children linked PCB levels to increased ear infections, chickenpox, and lower immunity overall. In children and babies, PCBs have been linked to low birth weight and negative effects on cognitive and neurological development. They may also affect the endocrine system, as thyroid hormones have been found to be affected. Dioxins. Dioxins are a highly toxic chemical, and more than 90% of human exposure is through food. They stay in the body for 7 to 11 years. Dioxins have been associated with cancer, chloracne, which is a skin disease that looks like severe acne, liver damage, including increased rates of liver cancer, gallbladder cancer, and biliary tract cancer, impaired immune system, impaired endocrine system, reproductive health problems, and it may promote the development of endometriosis. Other contaminants found in fish and seafood include chlordane and DDT, which are pesticides that are now banned from use in the USA. So, for healthy sources of omega-3 fatty acids, try including more chia seeds, flaxseed or linseeds, walnuts, green leafy vegetables and pumpkin seeds in your diet, and avoid seafood. And if you take EPA and DHA supplements, take supplements derived from algae instead of fish oil or krill oil. Vitamin B complex. There are various B vitamins, and as a group, the B vitamins are called the B complex. The B complex vitamins are known for many actions, including energy production and stress support. The B vitamins can be found in various foods. If people are low in folic acid, then they are probably not eating enough vegetables. One study looked at B complex vitamin supplementation and how it affected workplace stress. They found that the group taking the B complex vitamin for 90 days reported significantly lower personal strain, reduced confusion, and less depressive or dejected moods. The researchers concluded that, quote, "Given the direct and indirect costs of workplace stress, these findings point to the utility of a cost-effective treatment for the mood and psychological strain effects of occupational stress. These findings may have important personal health, organizational, and societal outcomes given the rising cost and incidence of workplace stress." Vitamin B12 in particular is an important and often overlooked vitamin. It used to be thought that people over the age of 50 and vegetarians were most prone to low B12 levels, but recent research has found that the general population is often low in B12 unless taking supplements or eating fortified foods. All natural B12 is of microbial origin. It has been suggested that the recommended dietary allowance should be higher than the current 2.4 micrograms in America, even amongst a healthy population between 18 and 50 years of age. A deficiency in B12 may cause symptoms such as depression, confusion, fatigue, nerve damage, digestive issues, and brain wastage. It also is interesting to note that there are a few forms of dementia that are reversible with vitamin B12 therapy. Other conditions that have shown improvement with B12 include Bell's palsy, diabetic neuropathy, homocystinemia, male impotence, and sleep disturbances. It is also thought to have a balancing effect on the nervous system. To test your B12 levels, you can get a blood test or a urine test. Ensure that functional B12 is being measured. When taking a B12 supplement, it is best to take methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin as a sublingual tablet or lozenge. These are tablets that you place under the tongue and dissolve in the mouth. Vitamin C. Most people think of coughs and colds when they think of vitamin C, but there is so much more to this vitamin. Vitamin C has been shown to help lower cortisol, which is a stress hormone that builds up due to physical and mental stress. In a study on marathon runners, researchers found that those who took 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C per day had significantly lower cortisol levels after racing. In another study on vitamin C and psychological stress, the participants who took 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily had lower blood pressure, lower cortisol levels, and lower subjective levels of stress as compared to the placebo group. Vitamin C is in a range of foods such as oranges, lemons, lime, kiwi fruit, pineapple, strawberries, bell peppers or capsicum, guava, cherries, mango, etc. So adding more of these fruits and vegetables into your diet will increase your vitamin C intake. If you do supplement with vitamin C, There are various forms to choose from, such as calcium ascorbate, ascorbic acid, and sodium ascorbate. Many people with high blood pressure should avoid sodium ascorbate. There are also whole food vitamin C supplements which contain vitamin C derived from plants like acerola cherries and rosehips. If you have green smoothies or fresh juices, these may also serve to boost your vitamin C intake. High protein, low mood. Many people are on some sort of weight loss diet, and very often it is a high protein, low carb diet or the Atkins diet itself. Unfortunately, these diets are not conducive to good mood or good health, or even long-term weight loss, as many studies have found. High-protein diets that limit carbohydrate intake can strain the liver and kidneys and lead to increased constipation, bad body odor, worsening of allergies, and osteoporosis. Research has been published that confirms that a high-protein diet also lowers your lifespan. But there's more. Low-carb diets can leave you feeling moody, depressed, and unmotivated. This impact on mood may be partly due to the effects of serotonin. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that is linked to improved mood and feelings of well-being, and we can increase or decrease serotonin in the brain by paying attention to what we eat. Serotonin is made by converting the amino acid tryptophan. Foods that we often regard as high protein, such as turkey and other protein from meat sources, contains the amino acid tryptophan, but the problem is that they also contain other amino acids that compete with tryptophan absorption and conversion to serotonin. So, what's the solution? According to Dr. McDougall, quote, "A low-protein, carbohydrate diet full of starches, vegetables, and fruits results in the highest levels of serotonin in the brain. For you, this means less hyperactivity, anxiety, depression, and insomnia, provided you eat that healthier diet." End quote. For women, eating carbohydrate-rich and lower-protein dinners during the week leading up to a period has also been linked to improved mental well-being with less tension, anger, depression, sadness, and fatigue. Researchers in New Zealand have found that the more fruit and vegetables people eat, the more positive their mood is. Dr. Connor, who led the study, is quoted as saying, quote, "After further analysis, we demonstrated that young people would need to consume approximately 7 to 8 total servings of fruits and vegetables per day to notice a meaningful positive change. One serving of fruit or vegetables is approximately the size that could fit in your palm, or half a cup." End quote. And fruit and vegetables are great for weight loss. So let's talk more about weight loss. What does the research show? The research clearly and repeatedly shows that high-protein, low-carbohydrate diets do not promote long-term weight loss. An example of a study that presented these findings involved 103,455 men and 270,348 women in Europe. The researchers found that those who ate the most meat gained the most weight, and this was regardless of their overall calorie intake. The researchers stated, quote, "Our results do not support that a high-protein diet prevents obesity or promotes long-term weight loss, contrary to what has been advocated." End quote. Even worse, research has shown that high-protein diets are associated with higher mortality, or in other words, an increased death from all causes. One particular study analyzed dietary information for over 100,000 participants over a minimum of 20 years. They concluded that a low-carbohydrate diet rich in animal foods was associated with higher all-cause mortality, meaning death from all causes, cardiovascular mortality, or death due to cardiovascular disease, and cancer mortality, meaning death due to cancer. What price are we willing to pay to try to lose weight? The lead researcher, Dr. Teresa Fung, said, quote, "This research indicates that all low-carb diets are not the same, and the differences have an indelible impact. One that is based on plant foods is a better choice than one that is based on animal foods." End quote. So, what can you do if you want to feel happy and lose weight? Follow a high-nutrient, healthy, plant-based, meaning vegan, diet.